Super fast tortoise in the game, ready to ignite. Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. Summoning creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright. Caffeine runs stealing his creativity inside. Got a YouTube channel where he's shining so bright. MTG3, the show that takes flight. He's a lyrical beast, spitting fire with every bite. Rap metal flow, pounding beats to inside. No one can stop him, he's on a meteoric height. Super fast tortoise, the champion of the fight.
Good morning, hope you're up. Enjoy that coffee in your cup. Good morning from the shelf. Super fast tortoise does so well. Sit back, relax, time to chillax. Face the facts, morning coffee show intact. Let's enjoy the show, let's enjoy the flow. Morning coffee is the best. Chatting with friends, we are blessed. Due to the mood, coffee for every dude. Have fun, enjoy the show. Let this channel grow. Let's enjoy the show. Morning coffee is the best. Chatting with friends, we are blessed. Due to the mood, coffee for every dude.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise, the morning coffee show. We got a full roster of people today. We got KJ, Hillbilly, Salmonella, Captain Waffles, and Hal Wheeler. What's up?
What's up?
Wagwan.
I will not be accused of being here today. What?
Let's not all be heads in the jars and let's be good people, you know. Let's act good.
You just have jar envy.
Oh man, it's so good to
It's
see
not the
everybody.
size of the jar, it's how you use it.
That's right. Oh my lord. Backwoods Collector in chat, what's up? Look at him, he's watching the trees so you don't have to. Whoa, whoa. So today is Monday. Hope you got your coffee or libation of choice. Help you wake up, get a little energy today. We got a little bit of a topic coming up today. Later on, we're going to be talking about what's the point of collecting. And there's a monologue because, you know, Tortoise and his monologues, they go hand in hand, you know. He likes to hear himself talk, apparently. Just a little. All right. KJ, how are you doing today?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Unfortunately, I woke up late this morning.
Oh, yeah?
And I didn't have time to finish the This Week in History. So tomorrow we will be getting This Week in History.
Whoop, whoop. Sounds amazing. We love it when you do This Week in History. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a show.
Considering I stole it from like every other morning show on television,
Yeah,
it is cool.
it is. It is cool. And Hillbilly, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good today. Pretty good.
Nice, nice. Good. Whoop, whoop. All right. It's Salmonella.
We're here. We made it. If you see me wincing, it's because I fell down the stairs yesterday. So I'm here. I'm happy. But I'm in a little bit of pain. Other than that, we're great.
He's great and in pain. The true mark of leadership.
Yep.
Captain Waffles, how's it going?
Back playing, so you don't have to. This is going to date me, but it reminds me of an old YouTuber, Evan Irwin, when he used to say, tapping the cards so you don't have to. If you remember him,
right.
You know.
And that's where I got the inspiration for that on.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing all right.
He's doing all right, everybody. Doing all right. And Hal Wheeler, how are the cats doing?
Oh, the cats are mischievous as ever, causing chaos because that's what they live for.
All right, then how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Kitty's about, so I'm, as long as I've got my cats, I'm good.
It's good. Yeah. What people don't know is secretly she teaches them to be attack cats, so she can rob the cheese store.
It's not
Secretly.
going very well. I tell one of them to attack, and it just flops on the floor and shows us the belly. It hasn't quite got this idea of what attacking means, so the other one just
They're
goes off and hides.
That's called strategy. First of all, since you have two cats, you tell one to attack. It lays on the floor, displays belly for belly rubs. Everybody's like, "Oh, all cute." Then all of a sudden, the bank teller is not near his desk. It's called a distraction.
Decoy.
Yeah, that
Man,
sounds about right for them.
man. I wish my cats would follow instructions at least a little bit. The only thing they follow is the sound of a can opener or the treat jar getting shook.
But for one of mine, even if the treat jar is shut, I can't say the word. But if there's another person in the house that they don't know, it doesn't matter how much you shake that jar, she will not appear.
Oh,
You have to wait for your friend to leave or whatever, and then come back and go, right, now it's your turn. We'll give you some more now because you refused to come out earlier.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Well, good news. Good news. Yesterday we reached 701 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Cool.
All right. I know. Exciting news. 700 subscribers for Super Fast Tortoise channel. I've never been this old before. Hell yeah.
congratulations, Sylvia.
Thank you. If you just heard a weird sound, scratching on a scratching. She's all taking advantage of the free open space. All the cats are not in the room. She's like, I got the whole room to myself. What can we do? And she's like checking out everything. Oh, poor kitty. All right. But anyways, subscribers, you are awesome. You're amazing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for chilling out. Oh man, you guys rock. You guys rule. And today I want to do something a little different. I know he's a member of the channel, but not because he's a member. But I want to dedicate today's show to Captain Waffles because he's been going through a lot. Not going to talk about it, but he's been going through a lot, and he made time to be here with us today. So thank you for being here, Captain Waffles.
My pleasure.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now let's get the show on the road. We're rolling. We're in the segment where we're kind of loose and jive and talk about whatever was on our mind. Well, I was thinking. Oh, I found a copy of a movie that I forgot I had, but my wife reminded me of a movie, so we're gonna watch it tonight.
Cool.
My wife at work has this little mogwai of Gizmo. They press a button and it jives its head left and right, and it sings a little doo-doo-doo song from the movie.
The one that if I ever come to America, I'm finding a way to silently wheel into your house, grab it, and run off. You'll never see the wheelchair coming.
Well, it's at her work.
Even better, I don't have to sneak around you. Just all the other employees in the building. Anyone want to help me with this endeavor? We must rescue the Mogwai.
The Mogwai song.
I got the oil for your squeaky wheels. Nobody will hear you coming.
Well, anyways, I found out by looking through my master down, get rid of some. I found a Blu-ray copy of it's a triple pack of Gremlins 2. And oddly enough, the third movie that's with it is the Goonies.
Huh.
That is such a weird mix.
Yeah.
You got Gremlins 2 and all randomly Goonies.
Does that hint to an implied multiverse? An implied cinematic universe where the Goonies and the Gremlins are part of the same universe?
I don't know. Well, Steven Spielberg, I believe, directed the first Gremlins and helped directed the Goonies. Gremlins 2 would be the odd one in there because it's directed by a different director.
Yeah, it follows. Yeah, so if it's based off of directors, yeah, I've seen weird add-ons like that from Walmart.
Hmm.
I love getting those triple packs from Walmart, and that's usually what happens. You're just like, oh, it's another director, or it's the same
Right,
director.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. But Gremlins 1 and Gremlins 2 are some of my favorite classic films from back in the day, so I can't wait to watch them. And now will be the first time I watched them with surround sound. Woo, woo.
I wish they kept on with the dag blanket. You just talking not the Goonies, but Gremlins. Yeah, I wish they'd kept on making more Gremlin movies. I
I
really
know.
enjoyed those movies.
Right? Apparently, they made like a cartoon series on Apple TV or something like that. I don't know the full story of it because I haven't heard of it. So we were talking about it yesterday. But like,
the first Gremlin movies was plagued by not having the sort of the full technology, which is why it's so dark at times around the Gremlins. It works nicely to hide the bad special effects and works
right,
nicely. Gremlins 2, he never actually wanted to make, but obviously then they had the technology there, so when was told to make it, he could make it a little bit. You could never have the dancing, running gizmo and things
right.
in the first one. So I don't think he would probably want to do another one. Like the second one was more of one he had to do, but he didn't want to, so he had fun with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but they were good movies. I enjoyed both of them, to be honest.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and Gremlins I always try and watch on Christmas Eve. It's
Yeah.
my Christmas Eve movie.
Yeah, I remember KJ's Hero showed up in the second Gremlins movie when Hulk Hogan like ripped off his shirt and play back the movie.
First of all, I am a huge fan of Hulk Hogan. So thank you. But if we're talking WWF wrestlers as my hero, we got to go with the one and only Sarge. So that's right, Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe, because he made it in G.I. Joe.
Indeed.
Indeed. Hello. That's all. Hey, what's up? The only point of collecting is to sell and play historic, right? All right, so I'm trying to keep up with all the chats and stuff here. So, thinking of movies and stuff, has there been a movie you guys been aching to play or watch?
I've just been trolled with two movies that I've wanted to see, but they were like AI fakes, and it got me good. Warcraft 2, and yeah, I'm kind of mad about that. So.
It would be nice to have a sequel to Warcraft. I actually enjoyed the first movie.
I agree with you. It was decent.
Yes.
It was all right. I kind of felt like it had that uncanny valley effect, though, every time I saw the characters. It wasn't like Polar Express bad, but I mean, I felt a little off looking them in the eyes.
Very nice, Turtles. Hello. Welcome.
Well, the last good movie I think I seen was probably Black Adam. It actually came out on TV, and I watched it, and it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I think a lot of people are spoiled with movies lately. Like they got used to like all these good series, and now they expect that to be the average.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm paying $35 for a movie ticket, yeah, it better be good.
Right?
Yeah, I agree on all of these statements.
So I haven't watched it yet, but the one I want to see is Sonic 3 because apparently there's some kind of setup, and I don't know how true this is. I got to do a little bit more research, but they're thinking about doing like a Smash Bros. Movie. And if they do that, I'm down for that. I would love to see how they do Smash Bros.
I've enjoyed the Sonic movies. They've been killing it with them. Hansel says someone needs to remake the Golden Compass series, but not make it PC. Yeah, the Golden Compass. Like I never read the books, but that I understand what you mean because I had people talk about the movie before. I seen the movie. Yeah, I was sad they never extended the movie's lifespan into a franchise because that seemed like it
Yep.
was going to be good.
Well, it's almost and like, why didn't I finish that either?
Right?
What was that movie? I didn't hear a thing you said. Why didn't they finish what? Oh no, we lost.
Yeah.
I think he said he didn't finish the Golden Compass.
Okay.
Smash Bros. Real life means
me?
Jack Black. Yep. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
With
So,
the Smash Bros.
The
movie, I
Golden
heard.
Compass was one, but also the Chronicles of Narnia. Why didn't they finish that one either?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've stopped off on that. Like they've done the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They've done like Prince Caspian, and they did the Voyage of the Stolen Treasure, and they gave up.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see how the last battle turns out. How they picture that.
Right.
It's one of my favorite.
From what I
books. They might
understand,
ruin it, but
the
it's one
kids
of my
aged
favorites.
out. The kids aged out before it was before they were able to get to the fourth movie, and
Most of them, the kids are aging up through the books anyway.
Look, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, look at Harry Potter. The kids aged out of that quick, and they finished the series.
Plus,
Well,
you can see
also-
them 20s acting like they're teenagers.
Also,
Age
if you
doesn't
read the
matter.
books, it isn't always pertaining to the original Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe characters. There's other
No, it's
characters.
switches between them. It goes with them, and then you gain on with the cousin, and then we switch on to other ones. It's not until sort of the last battle when everyone comes back together, and then at that point they are all aged up anyway. So it doesn't matter that the actors have aged.
Mm-hmm.
Hansel,
That's a shame.
Hansel says, I got blue balled so hard on Narnia. I forgot about that letdown. Yeah. Like they really didn't do like I got disappointed with the third movie, but I don't know, that was a weird era where you got set up for epic battle scenes, and they really when they did the battle in the last movie, they really let down the moments of the battle, the momentum. It was weird.
Yeah. Well, you remember the Labyrinth?
Yeah.
They're finally making a sequel to it.
they've already started. It's in production right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I hate to be that person, but I think I'd rather them just remake the movie because they don't got the original actors anymore.
It's not going to be a sequel, though. It's actually a prequel based off a comic book series that's been released through Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Because-
and it's supposed to be about Jared before he became the king.
Right, but what happens if the story is so good compared to the old movie? Because the old movies, like, nowadays you watch the movie, you're like, it's just a movie. It has singing and it does weird stuff. But what if the
It's a
movie's
cult
so
classic.
good? Yeah, it is a cult classic. But like, what happens if the series becomes better than the movie? Do they remake the movie or do they just leave it be?
True. Very true.
Yep.
Another thing too, technology changes.
Oh yeah, technology. Well, yeah, that's what I'm hoping with the Gremlins, because they're making a Gremlins 3. They've been working on it for a long time. I don't know.
I think they've already released a trailer for it.
Right, and so I want to see what technology does with that. Look, I might be a hardcore Jurassic Park when it comes to the films and the franchise, but I'm kind of getting tired of Jurassic Park. I want to see some Gremlins.
Did somebody steal Tortoise and recast him with this guy?
Do you know what would be a really good, like, they did one of it and it was okay with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, The Dark Tower, but if they were to take that series and revamp it and make the whole series into movies, I think that would be an amazing series to do of movies.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I know nothing about the Dark Towers, so I thought the movie was all right. But my wife complained about it. It's like, it didn't follow the book well. It didn't do this well.
No, it didn't. And that's why I was like, I was kind of upset with it, because they're doing so well with Dune and making the movies with Dune and the off series and everything's. Why can't we do that with the Dark Tower? Because that's such a good series.
Right.
Okay, but most of the times when they make movies either close to or anywhere near it, people are just going to complain. So you might as well just move off and take your interpretation of what that content is and just move on, because you're just going to get everybody hated that Warcraft movie who played Warcraft. Who
Look.
didn't hate that movie was the people who didn't play World of Warcraft, because it was a decent movie.
We got
Oh no,
Jurassic
it was a
World.
good movie. Warcraft was a good movie. Just my problem was, like I said, the animation gave me this really uncanny valley feel.
Oh no, I
Look.
think some movies seem to they try and gain following by sticking on a name, say Warcraft, and the movie probably would have done even better if it hadn't gone under the name of Warcraft, because then the Warcraft fans would accept it as a movie in its own right, which, as it would seem, all those that don't know about Warcraft did. So sometimes putting a name on these movies actually doesn't help them at all.
What if they took Gremlins, Jurassic Park, put them both in the same film? I bet Torts would be happy.
You know,
Then you'd have gremlin dinosaurs.
a long time ago, before I knew what a meme was, I ended up making a meme, that's what it'd be called today, of a picture of Darth Vader with Gizmo on his shoulder, and the meme was about Darth Vader saving expenses on cloning.
That's humorous. I like that.
Thank you. Hansel says an expansion on Princess Bride would be awesome. Yeah, it would be. So, if you want to talk about a movie that should be made by the book, and I'm a firm believer, and there's a lot of people who are partitioning for this. They need to make Jurassic Park, the movie, based off the book. So people will finally be happy they got an accurate Jurassic Park movie.
It'd be a 6-hour movie.
And people sit through the Lord of the Rings series, 3 hours, 9 hours total when you add it all up. People will binge watch Harry Potter.
I have to admit that I fell asleep in the theater watching both versions, the short and the long. So,
but no, that you also got the Titanic. Look how long that was.
Right.
Once again, I fell asleep in the theater.
Captain Waffles, Teacher Dude says hi. All right. Howdy, everybody. Whoop, whoop.
Look, Karma.
Captain Waffles says, go watch Requiem for a Dream. And she plays a different. Oh, my Lord.
Requiem for a Dream, yeah.
So he was referencing.
That's a scare me straight movie.
Yeah, he was referencing Jennifer Connelly as the actress from Labyrinth, and then she's in Requiem for a Dream too. And yeah, won't say much.
Don't have to.
I think they should make all movies that go along with the books.
Well, the thing is, the book gets so popular, so they make a movie off it. Then there's lots of creative ingenuity in the process. You know, like they it's weird. I remember watching a documentary about it. Well, I don't know if it was a documentary or just like a talk bit. But they're talking about when they make a movie, they have to take some artistic liberties to change it from the original source, because there's some things that some people can sue them for if they went directly over and over by the book, which I don't understand.
There's also issues regarding technology. Take, for example, a lot of movies that are based off of science fiction books didn't have the technology when they were making the movies. Like a lot of the classic movies that we watch, for example, like Jurassic Park had a lot of issues with technology. They couldn't do scenes they wanted to film because they couldn't even make the practical effects, let alone the just budding CG technology at the time. So, a lot of scenes had to been changed. They had to rewrite scenes in a lot of movies that have to do with that. So dealing with the lack of technology could also change the storyline around, because you have to work around what you have.
Right. Okay. Yep. But like nowadays, they can get away with a lot and do a lot. So, let's hope. Let's hope that they make a movie that we want. Like me, Jurassic Park, more by the book. Like I'll be honest. there's some pretty epic scenes in the beginning, and there's some pretty good storylines that don't get explored in the movies that they could have done. Look, it bugs me even more in Jurassic Park that if you watch the entire franchise, you can take bits and pieces of it and find more in common with the island of Dr. Monroe you do with its original source as it continues.
Yep.
You know, that's a bit, but I noticed like in Jurassic World Dominion, I believe it was Dominion. I can't remember exactly. This is one where it was the last one they came out with, and they actually stole, not they didn't steal, but they actually took a line from the book, and instead of placing it in the right place from the original movie where it should have been, they used it in that movie. And it was pretty cool. So they gave me happy tears when they said it, and I recognized the quote from the book. But anyways, breathe. Now it's time to get a little jiggy with it and get to the first bumper.
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. Summoning creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright.
All right, first bumper down. Now we need to get back on track and going on track. We're gonna go to Hillbilly. That's sassy first of you. Where are we going?
I guess it's time for the card of the day.
Card of the day.
Whoa. Control Magic. I actually picked this card because it's kind of on theme to the topic of the day.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 generic, 2 blue, you get an enchantment aura. It says enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. You know, you go out to the collectibles world, you pay your mana, and you own that collectible now.
Do as I think, not as I do.
That was random.
So the flavor text.
Yep. Right. It's sad that I didn't even think about that. That's new flavor text for the card, or newer flavor text. But yeah. The card is good. If you're building a deck and you're worried about power level, don't know if you have a powerful enough creature, running cards like Control Magic let you steal your opponent's powerful creatures just in case you can't deal with them. You know, so it's good in general. Blue card, love it. Want some more of it? Oh man! And with that,
we're the perfect card if you just run blue. Yep,
yeah,
it's a great card.
Blue. Yep, he said I'm blue, baba dee, dabba die, dabba dee, dabba die, dabba.
If you're running blue, put this in your deck. It's that good.
It's that good. It's that good.
It's still still your opponent's commander.
Oh yeah,
you know what this card brings to mind?
What's up?
All right, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. You've come to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it also kind of brings up. I know the colors are not exactly there, but from a particular scene, the creature being controlled in this picture from a particular image movie reminds me of Ferngully.
Okay, yes, the forest fire scene.
Yeah,
I can see that.
So Tim Curry's character was the oil machine thing, and there's a scene where he's like a skeleton with oil covering him as he's growing, and there's a scene where he's like picking himself up a little to move forward, and this shot looks like a little reference in the shot of that scene.
Oh,
yeah,
I can see that.
Cool.
I can see that.
mm-hmm.
But KJ's here. He came to bargain.
When I saw that image, first thing I thought of was Doctor Strange. Probably because I just finished yet another binge watch of the entire Marvel verse, including the alternate universes.
Nice.
You know what this is?
What?
If Gandalf screwed up the "You shall not pass," and they didn't fall.
Oh yes, yes.
Nice reference. Nice. All right, hold on. Hans's control magic has made me con a few times in rank. Oh, nice. Like WinCon. Yep, makes me think you should not pass. That's right. That's another good one. Yep. You guys did good. You guys did good. The references. That's good. Now I got the stupid Dormammu. I come to bargain. That's too easily. But now let's get some pictures of the day. First picture. So do you smell coffee? Neither do I. Make some. This is a picture of a hillbilly spirit animal.
It's got the gray in the wrong spot on the head.
Yep.
Right. But it's so cute. So cute. The next picture, I know KJ will inference. Boop, boop. When they promise you a cup of coffee.
Sorry.
Good. I'll let you read it.
When they promise you a cup of coffee, but it's just dirty water. Excuse me? It's not my coffee. My coffee is in a red coffee cup with a swing line zipper next to it.
Yeah. The one guy in the movie who made it out on top.
Yep.
This right here is the hero of the story for the show that I keep telling Jessie that she has to watch and has yet to watch it.
I gotta watch like 50 different things. I'm gonna get around to it.
This is the most
Pretty
important
sure it's on a
comedy.
post-it note somewhere.
This is the most important comedy.
Look, for a person who has a show all about procrastinating, it's sure taking their time and watching a movie about procrastinating.
Yep.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a movie about procrastinating to a certain degree.
I'm just too good at procrastinating that I can't procrastinate on a procrastinating movie. It's just too much procrastinating.
You can't procrastinate on top of procrastinating? That's right. All right, classic movie. Classic. All right, next picture. Boom, boom. This is my waiting for coffee face.
Bring me my coffee now.
That was me waiting for the coffee pot earlier to percolate. Come on. You're not going fast enough. And next picture. Last picture. Boom, boom. It's not too late. Where's my coffee? I want my coffee.
Yes, and I wanted my wall not to be broken, but hey, looks like neither of us are happy.
Salmonella, do that again for a second. Yeah. We're gonna cast Salmonella as King Kong next. He's gonna be the star of the show. $20 billion. He's gonna get 20 billion. That's not American dollars. That'll be like British pounds in stone.
British pound and stone. I was about to say, this looks like me when I'm angry. All right. With that,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just got to take time to acknowledge that somebody sculpted this. Just want you to say that. Just want you to notice this. Somebody sculpted that.
That's right.
You could pick that nose.
That's right. You can pick that nose because it ain't.
That is a nice nose. Easy access.
Feel guilty for procrastinating when I watch someone procrastinate. So that's funny. All right. And now with the pictures out of the way. Now, if you guys have a picture that you want to share with us on Discord, you can share it on Discord. Links in the description below. If you're a subscriber, participating. You can get pictures, get shouted out when you share a picture. Be like, hey, turtle guy over here shared a picture. This is the picture he shared with us. Or when Sam Nella shares a picture, hey, Sam Nella shares this picture. Or when KJ shares a picture, KJ shares a picture. Anybody, when you share a picture, you get shouted out. It is awesome and amazing. So join our Discord if you have not. And just like that, we have a question of the day segment where you can the day, and if you make a question today, you can be featured on the channel too. As for the question of the day, where we get to answer your question, let's get to that segment right now.
Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day.
The question of the day is brought to you by your
Whoa, super fast tortoise here, wanting to know for the question of the day, if you were a collectible, what makes you collectible? Why are you collectible? What are you as a collectible? I want to know. Let's go.
Hillbilly figurine only one of me, and I'd be very special.
A 1-on-1 hillbilly figurine. Whoop, whoop. Nice.
Okay, I think I got the answer to this one.
What's that?
Have you guys seen the divorced dads card
Yes.
game?
Yes.
I have a friend that opens divorced dad's car packs.
That it was a joke all at the beginning, and then the dude, he's from Toronto, from where I'm at, and he actually made a TCG out of it. And watching that's the TCG I am. That's the collectible I am. Divorced dads packs.
Nice. What about you, KJ? If you're a collectible.
All right. So this is an analogy about life. See, I started out as a brand new pack of baseball cards with the bubble gum included.
Nice.
But it turns out I was a common card, and I got tossed into between somebody's bicycle spokes to sound like a motorcycle. But somebody still wants me in their collection.
That's a pretty deep metaphor.
Yep.
So I've been beaten up and bruised and destroyed, but someone still loves me.
It's the perfect analogy metaphor for life. You are a collectible.
That's right. You are collectible. That's right. You're a 1-on-1
kid. I bang my head all day long, and then I go home to be loved, put away wet.
I do have my one-of-a-kind hillbilly right here. To my side over here, and on my other side is my very rare tortoise.
Rare. Willard, you got an answer?
No, but apparently I'm not part of KJ's collectibles. All he has is a very rare tortoise and a very rare hillbilly. So,
Wheeler, that's probably a good thing.
You're a one-of-a-kind custom job.
Oh, that makes me sound like a car. I mean, I know I've got wheels. I know. I think I'd go for Hot Wheels sort of range of wheelchairs because I love Hot Wheels. And I've got 3 wheelchairs which are exactly the same. It's just the same Hot Wheel in a different color. And that's about the only sort of wheelchairs I've seen. Come on, I want a whole little range of them with your different, pimp your wheelchair out, little collectibles.
Right.
With of course a cat. Each wheelchair comes with a cat to keep your chair warm because everyone knows that the cats sit on your chair.
Right, you get one of the electric wheelchairs with a little with little armrest. One of the armrests is a little cat bed that you can rest on, and it has a flip-on TV where this TV pulls from the side to the front of you, so you can watch TV and connect your phone to it, so you can watch YouTube off the TV. It's this big, it has back massaging features, feet warmers if you need them. Who knows? It doesn't matter. They're there because they're there.
Well, we've seen those. Salmonella and I saw those in person once when we were at the Future Expo. We watched Wall-E together, and we saw those chairs.
Hansel says, I have the same feature as a Nokia color screen brick phone. I'd blow people's mind in the 80s, but I'm the least respected for my capabilities. The most indestructible phone out there, right?
At least you can play Snake.
That's right. He's the red-cheeked Pikachu.
Bless you.
Captain Waffles, if you were a collectible, what are you?
I don't know. I guess I would be a set of amazing Thomas Kincaid waffle plates.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, yeah, you had to be something waffly related, didn't you? Or like a bottle of syrup or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most expensive ornate syrup bottle.
That too. It'd be like a whiskey bourbon infused
Ooh.
maple syrup in a
That sounds
collectible barrel, like a wine barrel or a whiskey barrel type thing. That's
right.
the bottle.
No, that sounds good.
What happened here?
I was mysteriously booted from StreamYard for no apparent reason.
Mysteriously, you didn't even disappear from the stream. They even notice. Like you just popped up as a secondary. You're like, what? All right, boop. Let me reorganize things. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. All right. So, Tortoise, if he was a collectible, he'd be one of the coolest features he ever had. He's a representation of the 2000s and 1990s put together. He is a boombox with a DVD player installed that you connect to your TV like a sound system, right? And now on top of that, he has Bluetooth capabilities with a little screen on side. So if you want to take the boombox with you, you can watch movies off a screen bigger than your phone, about the size of a tablet, on the go. If you put it in your truck, right? If you put this in your truck, you can Bluetooth it to your truck and listen to different kind of radios and CDs and MP3s that you have, because that's what the 2090s is about. But wait, there's more. In the back, there's a small cooler where you can hold a couple beverages, because the thing is waterproof, so you can have a couple cans of soda or two bottles of soda right there, and a snack like a Slim Jim. It's not only this cool little feature, but you can connect video game consoles to it when it's to the TV to get a surround sound system, because the speakers are detachable and you can move them around the house to get multiple layers of sound going on. And this item was only a 1-on-1, so to have this special feature is pretty cool.
Cool.
Sounds like the new iPhone 17 coming out.
Right? And if that doesn't impress you, I just completely made that up on the spot.
Do you remember those Hot Wheels that I sent you the other day? I found some Ninja Turtle Hot Wheels
I thought those were in your
in a
collection.
friend's collection. Those are
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. That's cool. Hansel, yeah, those were awesome. I like those. I had like 8, and it was a fat Pikachu, so it was disposable, right? The banning has begun. The banning. The joke. Ever since I actually banned James Willis for a couple minutes, that's hilarious. And with that, my friends, we need to get to this bumper.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
Moves, the strategies, and the flares. Super fast tortoise is running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes.
Shell shock, go. We're getting to the topic of the day. The topic of the day is, what's the point of collecting? Let me get the monologue. I had a Jim Carrey moment where I was about to say stuff backwards. The monologue is, what is the point of collecting anything if you don't get to interact with your collection? I've seen videos on YouTube lately about people collecting things like video games, action figures, toys, comic books, etc. And the videos are about people collecting items they don't interact with. People video games they never play, just to complete a collection. Action figures and toys that are only for display or thrown. A lot of these toys actually are thrown in tote boxes, not to be displayed or anything, but just to be held because they bought them and because they like them. Seeing people buy comics not worth a lot of money, but just sit in a box collecting dust, not to be read or anything. No. That question, is it worth it to collect anything that you just don't play with, interact with, or get to enjoy? Now, I know people collect sealed product, and sealed product is a different story. I know people who collect items by the two so they can play with one or read one or what do you do with one and save the second as a sealed copy. And because they want one to interact with, to be honest. Now, with no one to keep anything in the realms, I know for a fact that I don't have the storage to collect everything I want, and I don't have the room to collect everything I want, but I like to play with like the Transformers I got. But when it comes to a lot of more vintage items, people just buy some of these items and toss them in the back room or storage and never look at it for sometimes years. Now, I personally don't understand it. I love playing with my Transformers myself, like I was mentioning. I know my space for collecting is limited, but what gets people collecting things they don't use? Is it just for money? Let's get into this and delve deeper into this because I believe there's a lot of minds of people who collect things for different reasons. Who wants to start?
Well, stuff I would collect, have collected when I was a kid, was actually toys that I would play with, which was He-Man figurines. I had
Right.
had all the He-Man figurines, all the castles. I had everything that they put out for He-Man. So I started collecting at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if my mom got rid of those when I got older or not, but I had to check her storage building. I'm hoping hoping they're in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Hope they're in there too.
that's what I
That'd be awesome.
collected. That's what I collected when I was a child.
Right.
Nowadays, it's just magic cards. However, it's magic cards that I want, and it's also magic cards that that can go into my decks to make my decks better.
Oh yeah. Hansa says I have sealed posters for my favorite anime just because I haven't got to frame it yet. Hey, if that at least you have a plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So when it comes to collecting, right? Like I love collecting, and sometimes I don't play with my Transformers long enough. Sometimes it takes a while, like takes months, and I'll be like finally open a drawer because like a lot of my Transformers are put away. I used to have them on the shelf behind me, but I wanted to minimize the shelf so it looked more decent because I'll show you why in a couple minutes. But like I want to make it look more decent for reasons, and so now a lot of them are put away, but I want to be able to pull out a Transformer and play with it. And that's why I love Transformers. Transformers are not just action figures, with the legs movie, you get to transform between one mode and another. That's why I love them. I love fidgeting. It's part of my polarism. I love to see the change in that. That's why I love that Turtles van that Hillbilly got me. Like if I want to, I can transform it to a robot. And I can transform it to any which turtle I want it to be. It comes with all the weapons and accessories. But are you that collector? Are you that collector who like buys like a bunch of stuff and instead of just flipping it, you just store it and just save it even if you don't want it?
I think realistically it comes down to a psychological level of value. Like it's either monetary or sentimental. And this is something I've wrestled with personally, and I used to have an extensive Pokemon collection where I even had all the jungle set holographics where they had the air misprint and a bunch of other stuff, and I had them framed up, and you can see them in some of my old YouTube videos. And I got to a point where, kind of similar to this, of like I'm not doing anything with them. They're just kind of sitting on a shelf. I'm not playing with them, and I don't really think that there's a use for them in my life. So why don't I just sell them and get rid of them? Or I could hold on to them for years and years and years and years, and then they grow in value and eventually sell them then. But it's like I feel like a lot of it comes down to with the sentimental value of it was my childhood. There's a lot of good memories and all the other stuff. There's the bragging rights of like, look at what I have. And a lot of people like to have that because then it gives them some self-value to their own personal well-being, which I don't think you should be defined by what you own. And I'm not going to go into Fight Club, but Fight Club is a good example of that.
Right.
But it's one of those things of like, is it really worth it to have those bragging rights? Or can you spend your money and time on something more wisely and more developing? And then there's the monetary value. Like, I'm not against buying things and holding on to them and then flipping them later for value. I've done that with certain things.
Yeah.
But when you like look at Magic, for instance, like I could go to some random person on the street and be like, do you want to buy this? Or like, I don't care about that. But if you go to the right person, they're willing to spend, you know, $20, $30, $100 for it, because that's the value they see in it versus someone who doesn't even care about the certain item. So really it breaks down to the whole thing of like, it's only what somebody is willing to pay for it is what the value is of something. And when if we were ever to get to the point where shit hits the fan and we're, you know, now food and other things become more valuable and things like that basically have no value, because it's more about survival than it is collecting not worthless junk. I don't want to say that and offend people, but when it comes down to that type of scenario, it kind of is. But
right.
And that's because of what you value versus what someone else values. So when it like I'm going to SCG Portland con for the Magic event, and I'm going to sell off the rest of my cards that I am not currently using. Because one, they're just going to sit in a shelf and do nothing. And two, I need the money to do some things. So it's like, it's a win-win. I get rid of, you know, storing all this stuff and I get some money out of it. Yeah, I could hold on to some of this stuff and it slowly creep up in value, but what for? Like there's no real reason. And I find a lot of things I've collected, like Legos and Hot Wheels and all this other stuff, I've gone through the same thing. It's just sitting in a box. It's just sitting on a shelf. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just going to get rid of it.
No, I get you. Like, I'm getting to a point where I'm going to need to sell off my bulk Magic collection too. because bulk, it's just sitting there.
I've got a drawer with a whole load of Hot Wheels sitting in them, but then partly it's because I filled up the first display unit I bought for it, so I now need to buy another one. And then the second problem is a lot of the ones I like are the motorbikes, the off-road, the wheelchairs, the weird, it's not completely, imaginary idea, but those kind of ones. And they don't fit in the display case I've got. So now I've got to look for a different one. And they'll live in that box, and as long as they're in that box, they're always under the assumption I will put them in a display unit.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, I will die still believing that I will put them in a display unit.
Well, really quick,
make it beforehand, but
really quick, I want to say hi to Dr. Dirty Red. I don't know if he's still in chat, but hello, thanks for stopping by. And Backwood says Magic is one of those handful of collectibles that have a sense of very agreed upon market for individual singles. Yep. But Waffles is right. Most collectibles are only worth what another person values it at. That's very true. Anyway,
so my wife just told me that I have a weird collection. My collection is hobbies. Doesn't matter what the hobby is. I like to collect my hobbies. I've got Pokemon, I've got Magic, I'm playing disc golf now. We do Warhammer and Malifaux and minis and D&D. I just like collecting hobbies.
You know, if you had the camera set up and everything, I might not be the only one, but I think people would enjoy watching you paint your Warhammer figures.
Yep.
You know, being someone who's very artistic with paints, and not just, you know, face makeup and stuff, but like artistic. And I've seen you shown off one of your figurines before. I think that'd be something that people might enjoy on YouTube.
I mean, my carer has been telling me to do my Warhammer on stream, you know, for ages, well before I started doing this. I've just, at the moment, I've sort of shifted. I need to get back into the Warhammer, you know, urge, the feeling that gets me going into it. So I kind of lost it for a bit.
I think that statement is what makes me collect hobbies, because I'll round back to them when I'm in the mood for them. And I think that's a big
I've not given up on it. I've not given up. I still I like it, and I definitely want to make the models that I've got. it's the same with my writing or songwriting and things. I get in a mood to do it, and then like maybe after a month or two, my mood starts switching to a different hobby, a different entertainment.
Yep.
Well, I'll
Right,
tell
yeah.
you, your collection of hobbies is better than my collection of bills and debt. So I'll take that any day.
Right.
Oh, don't worry, we've all got our collection of bills, but you know, we don't like to talk about them.
Right. Now let's shift the conversation a little more seriously on a more serious note. Like, and I don't mean like what you guys are talking about is not important or anything, because you are bringing up good things and good ideas. But like on a more serious note, some people will get into this habit of collecting, and they just like some people get addicted to the buying aspect of collecting and stuff and looking for stuff. They get addicted to the search or whatnot. That some people have too much value placed in like all these items, even though they like have thousands of items, that they start hoarding, right? And when does that become a problem? You know, like how, like it's gonna be weird. And it's a different. But my wife watches these people who clean like the messiest houses you could ever see, like dirtiest houses, and some of these houses are people who collect a lot of hoardings. Like like this one guy had a huge collection of like hunting knives, like scattered throughout the house, and probably never used them, or probably never uses them, but just had them scattered in piles everywhere. They had a pile of walking sticks, you know, and stuff like that. And I've seen people with different collectibles and stuff. Like when does it become a problem? How do you recognize it's a problem? You know.
When you can't walk through there without turning sideways,
Mm-hmm. So
and
now,
also when you can't see nothing that's in the room.
right? So now I can't really get into the psychology of it, because there's a lot that goes into the psychology of hoarding. Like there's reasons,
Mhm.
different reasons.
Yep.
But like if you can't play with the thing, how can you do it? How like let me bring the question to this, and maybe you guys can answer it a little. What's a responsible way of collecting?
Responsible way. Make
Ye-
sure your bills are paid first for your hobby and for your
Right?
collecting.
I think
That's
the
the number
Ontario
one.
government said it really good for gambling. Know your limits, play within it.
Yep.
Right. Mhm. Yep. Know your limits, play within it. Like that's what it's come down for me. Like like if like I have like an addiction to spending money, right? Even though I'm broke, but whenever I have money, like I just want to release it into the
Mhm.
wild of collecting and stuff. And but like I don't have a lot of space in a single wide trailer, right? Just single wide. And so like I have to, if I want to buy stuff, I have to be able to get rid of stuff, because I, you know, what do you call it when you do mass displacement, where you take like 1 pound of something, you replace it with a pound of another?
Liquidize.
There's a word I can think of, equal mass displacement or something like that. Like I have to make, like if I get something new, I have to get rid of one.
Are you talking about equivalent exchange?
In that realm, yes. In that realm, I think it's also known as equal mass displacement, where if you take like a bucket of water and replace it with a bucket of soda, you know, you got rid of one thing and you replace it with another, because that's how it is. Like I have to filter out through things and get rid of things, or I had to clear the entire drawer for some of my toys. You know,
Mhm.
being responsible. Yeah, being responsible is in your limits. Like I know we talked about collecting magic cards and Pokemon cards and stuff like that can be addictive. There's people who literally during the pandemic got into reselling and got more addicted to the buying process than they did the selling process. You know, so
Yeah,
they
I mean, there is a psychological level of collecting,
Mhm.
and so what it is like on those hoarder shows. Majority of the time, the person has experienced some kind of grief or loss, and they're trying to fill a hole with something that, like, for instance, they lost their dad, and their dad was huge into Hot Wheels. Like, liked playing with them, collecting them. The kid grew up with that, memory, and now they're just obsessively collecting that because that brings them joy and reminder of their dad.
Right.
And so a lot of the times when you're collecting, you need to be aware of why you're doing it. Is it because you're trying to replace something, or is it because you actually enjoy the thing you're collecting and what it is and what it brings, besides trying to replace someone or something?
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a good point. Like like if I could stress anything, I want people to collect things that they enjoy. Because like different note, toy collector known as Pixel Dan on the internet, big guy, love his channel. He has a large toy collection. He buys toy collections, but a lot of his collection, he admittedly shown, goes to his basement and totes. And he's trying to figure out what to do with them because he bought them because they're collectible. But but not all of them are things he displays or has room to display. And it's not like he lives in a mansion. He's not making that kind of money on YouTube. There's a responsibility that gets into it. Oh yeah, and really quick, I want to say, Hansel, have a good day at work. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, so it gets interesting to think about how other people do it. It's like crazy because like right now, the big thing going on YouTube in the collecting industry, like in general, especially for toys, is toy collecting is going to suck for 2025. That's one of the big things going around on YouTube right now. And you know what's interesting about it? I don't know if you, Billy, pay attention to the market, but figures like He-Man are getting reprinted like crazy. In fact, we just got over a Turtles of Grayskull crossover between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and He-Man. Yep.
All right.
And they're remaking toys. They're making them again. And you know what it's doing? It's making the old vintage figurines cheap. Because when you have a better He-Man, people want the better He-Man, to go along with the nostalgia.
Well, that's a temporary thing, because if you really think about it, a lot of the older toys, like the He-Man things or whatever, they'll have dates stamped on the bottom of them most of the time.
On the foot.
And
I remember
so in the short term, yes, it's going to drop short term, because there's the people like, ooh, I can get them now. I never could have them before. And those people that are buying them more than likely are buying them because of a sentimental level and not because those are going to be valuable.
Right.
The ones that will continue to be valuable are the ones that were made in 1982 or 1976 or whenever they were made and have that stamp on them. It's just like with, old porcelain and different things on like Antiques Roadshow, and you watch that stuff. The date is what gives it the value, because those are no longer produced. And so, yeah, you have to look at it from that standpoint.
I get what you're saying there, and thank you to the person who subscribed. I appreciate it. So there's this other retro toy collector guy I watch. Like if you don't know this, I when I can, I watch a lot of toy collecting. I love toy collecting, even though I can't afford to do it myself all the time. Like I'd love to. I love watching toy collecting. And but there's one retro guy, I can't remember his name exactly, but he lives in the UK, and he's talking. He had a whole episode based on he's the first guy I watched about toy collecting in 2025. And he was talking about like the vintage toy market is changing, because not only do like people have their toys now, it's harder to find certain toys. It's the more obscure toys they're finding, or these jank toys that no one liked in the first place are getting a light. But on top of that, the plastic's old. They're getting stretch marks on them. I don't know how to explain that. Weird. It sounds weird, but I don't know how to explain that. But like joint stretch marks and plastic deteriorating. Toys are breaking even in package now. So the new toys are coming in, right? So the vintage toy market is changing. The new toy market is changing. You know, it's strange, but the thing is, people are trying to shift their gears now. As a former reseller, I understand the reselling market. Like a lot of the Transformers I have are vintage. In fact, one of them is broke. I have a Transformer I can't even transform anymore, or it'll break because it has that gold plastic syndrome going on.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sad because it's one of my favorite Megatrons. Man, both Transformers I have are Megatrons. That gold plastic syndrome, but like, so it's the newer toys that are selling now. But responsibility is like, if I get a new Transformer, I need to replace it, or I need to get it. I'll need to sell it, or I gotta be responsible with it, right? But these are things I love to play with. In fact, I have my favorite Transformer up there. Over here, I got my favorite Megatron over here, which is the newer Megatron, believe it or not, because it's so accurate. It's awesome. They give me time to show off my stuff. I'll show off my stuff. Oh, I don't know if you noticed the reason why I minimized the collection so you can see the light in the back.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so back on track. Like, I'm stuck in a position where I can't hoard. I have people in my life who support me and stop me from hoarding. So I like, if any of you out there have a hoarding issue, if you can recognize it, don't be afraid to ask for help.
That's right.
Don't tell on yourself, Salmonella.
I hoard plastic crack in all forms of it. Like, come on.
Right. No doubt. But anyways, now not off the hoarding issue and whatnot, because I could stray off the hoarding issue. Collecting is fun. I know interest can vary. Like, the new thing I'm into is collecting CDs, like music CDs. In fact,
Cane shaker.
Train checker. In fact, I got Nickelback recently. I got the Essential Weird Al. Oh no, that's Salmonella. I got this at a yard sale, Creed. And just because there's one song in here I love, Batman Forever. Kissed by a Rose.
I was literally just gonna say it's probably Kissed by a Rose.
Oh yeah. There's some good songs in here, but Kissed by a Rose is like, even the Offspring made a just debut on it. Not debut, but made a thing.
Is that the album, the Nickelback album that has "This Is How You Subscribe to Me"?
That's our Greatest Hits Volume 1.
Okay.
Yeah. And below it, I got my Linkin Parks. And I got 2 more CDs coming on the way. I got Offspring's Greatest Hits, and I got Offspring's Greatest Hits, and Limp Bizkit's Greatest Hits coming down the way. And I do have his biggest Greatest Hits somewhere down there. Now I'm looking for Green Day. I'm like, where the heck did that CD go?
I never really agree with the greatest hits. My greatest hits are different than their greatest hits.
Well, before I buy the album, I'll look at the songs on the CD to see if it has all the greatest hits. Like one album I want to get is Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication album. I want to get Good Charlotte's was it the Lost and the Hopeless or something like that?
Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous.
That song's on that album, but the album has a different name.
It's the Lost and the Hopeless, yeah.
And then, I want to get Simple Plan. I want to get Sum 41. Music from my generation, my young
I used to have
generation.
all the Sum 41s.
Sum 41 is an underrated band. For sure. But yeah.
half hour of power, all killer, no filler. Does this look infected? Chuck.
Fat Lip, Gym Class Hero or something like that, or Underclass Hero.
Yeah, that was their last album before what's his name left.
Yeah. I saw the documentary. Not a documentary. There's a guy who basically made good videos on music bands and had their Wikipedia and stuff and whatnot. I don't know how to explain it. There's controversy behind it in later years. But anyways, as we settle down, why don't you guys talk about some of your collectibles?
That's the only thing I really collected when I was a kid was the He-Man figurines.
He-Man. That makes sense. You're buff as He-Man.
I wish.
KJ.
A lot of people know that I have a pretty significant collection of comic books. I realized I was muted for probably about 5 minutes. Yell at the cat. You got to remember to unmute. So when it comes down to like my comic books and whatnot, you know, I'm very specific on like which titles I like. I'm not really big on indie comics. But you know, I will go with the top 3, you know, Image, Marvel, DC. And if I see anything that hits like certain themes, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna collect it, you know. And I do not like letting my stuff be just sitting in a back room where it can't be touched or read, you know? So what I typically end up doing is like I display my collectibles that can be displayed.
Right.
And I have ready access my entire comic book collection.
Nice.
You know, but when it comes down to like displaying, I can understand why people end up getting hoards and putting their hoards in their basements or whatnot and forgetting about them, is because it can get expensive on its own just displaying the items, getting protective cases, slabs, shelving units, fancy shelving units with lights like the one Tortoise has back there. You know, getting the display cases themselves can be more expensive than having your collection.
And hello to King Zombie. What's up? All right. Well, really quick, Captain Waffles got to go. Anything you
Later,
want to say?
Captain.
Just want to talk about the book. The book is finally live up on Amazon to buy. There is a Kindle version, and then I'm working on the second book to come out. And then I should be starting to put videos out again very soon, now that I've kind of taken some time off to work on some things and get some stuff in order. But I will be hopefully trying to live stream from Star City's Portland Con. I will be going to that. So if you're going to that, I will be there Sunday. If you want to hang out and chat, I will be playing in the standard 5K event. So I will be walking around on Sunday that day. So
Cool.
Other than that, that's pretty much it. Hope everyone has a good day.
All right. Have a good day, bud.
Oh,
what was the name of the book?
Definitely buy the book. I've only read like the first 2 chapters, but I am intrigued. So it's a good read so far.
What's the name of the book?
It is called Ken Stafford and the Sword of Power.
All right. Hold on.
Hell yeah.
Ken Stafford and Sword. Oh, yep, this is it. Here we go. Control C. Link to the book is in the chat. There you go.
Thank you guys. Again, hope everyone has a good day. I'm out.
Have a good day. All right. Thank you for being awesome. All right. So I want to touch on something KJ was talking about. Displaying toys and stuff can get expensive. You can go to IKEA, or like we found this shelf at Goodwill. You can check Goodwill and thrift stores for stuff like this. The lights were found at Goodwill. A little elbow grease and hard work. We got little LED Christmas lights in the background. And yeah, there are money saving ways to do that stuff. So be wiser to it if you can. I mean, if you got the money to blow, knock yourself out. But if you can be wise, if you can be wise about spending money, there's ways to get around it. But anyways, any final thoughts on this subject? Anybody wants to tap on?
No.
Yeah, it goes back to the know your limits, play within it. And if it becomes a problem for you or somebody else, maybe reflect. May not be a problem for you, but like when I've got 5 boxes of cards over there between Pokemon and Magic, and my partner goes, "That's so much," and I'm like, "That's nothing." So, your collection may look like one size for you, but may look something completely different for them.
Right,
So,
right.
consideration for everybody.
Right. It's food for thought for sure. Play within your limits. Woo-woo. All right. With that, my friends, we're going to get to
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
right. Look at the time. This time
Wow.
that we need to start shutting down. It's not as long. The episode's not as long as yesterday, but good time to chat. And we're gonna get to the shill section. We're gonna start with the one and the only, the coolest, Ella.
Hello. Speaking of which, my channel is all about my collection of hobbies. I've kind of shifted a little bit. I added up a new live. Thank you very much for Tortoise and everybody who did come and check that out. I'm doing a lot of this stuff now, disc golf, and just waiting to get out to the course. There's a foot and a half of snow out there right now, so I don't feel like losing my stuff. I just had an idea thrown at me earlier about painting my minis on stream. It was something I was thinking about before, which I just never ended up going after. And thank you for the kick again in the butt for that. So possibly look out for that. Channel should be doing. We did the 50. We haven't done the 50 video yet, but we did get to 50 plus subscribers. So thank each and every one of you guys for that. I know this channel and all you guys out there here actually in this video are help support this and help me get there. Thanks for getting Tortoise to 700, and Hillbilly and KJ and Wheeler. And we all thank you very much for helping us out. Can't wait to see you guys soon again. Peace out. Love A-Town Down.
All right, and really quick, nice turtles. I won't be able to do much today with you, but if you can get a hold of me on Discord, maybe we could talk about that. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna roll over to the kitty cat owner, Hell Wheeler.
Hey. So it's a Monday. So we're starting the week off nice and chill with a little bit of procrasticraft. Hopefully, of course, Kaz doesn't drop in and decide to start attacking me. I don't need any more chickens, guys. Really, we don't. But yeah, we got all that fun coming up tonight. I'm not sure what we have planned for our wander into Procrasticraft tonight, but it's always fun and unexpected. Normally things don't go as planned, so.
Oh no, it definitely doesn't go as planned.
I never planned to get attacked by Kaz.
Oh man, that's funny.
But yeah, that's tonight, and there should be a new Pokemon video out tomorrow as well. So keep an eye for when that comes out. Can't remember off the top of my head which set it is, so you'll have to double check tomorrow once it is released.
Cool.
All right, sounds good. And now we're gonna go from Hellwiller to the man who's encapsulated in his own jar. He's a head stuck in time, trying to warn the past about the future. We got KJ, head in the jar.
I'm in a jar. Help me out. Somebody get me. Oh, sorry. Tonight as Jesse said, procrastinating, procrasticraft with myself, Kaz, possibly a few others. Maybe even Salmonella might decide to join us today. Who knows? Also, just trying to build up the hype as I have been all week last week. But Salmonella, myself, and Jesse, and possibly you will be able to join us for a D&D session hosted by the one and only Salmonella over there in the bottom corner. Rocking out. He's going to be DM. So look out for that. If you want to take part in it, either DM myself, Jesse, or Salmonella, and we'll let you know when we have a date. Also, going to be starting to play World of Warcraft probably beginning of February, assuming everything works out. We're going to be doing World of Warcraft Classic with TCG Dude. Once again, beginning of February, possibly. I will let you know exact dates once we get that all taken care of.
Sorry, I was petting a cat. Would you say something? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I understand. Cats are more important.
I'm kidding. I turned around and turned off my lights, and I realized there's a cat behind me, so I give it attention. So everybody, check out KJ. Check out Procrastinating. How do you say that without messing up?
Procrasticraft.
It is a little bit of a tongue twister at times, but you know, once you've said it once or twice, it kind of gets on your lips, and you got it. It's procrasticraft. Just don't think about it.
Procrasticraft. All right.
The more you think, the harder it is.
Yeah. And thinking of procrastinating, we're gonna go all the way to Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody, 759 subs. Woo! That's awesome. That's great. But let's continue helping all the channels grow, such as liking the streams. And after the streams, if you don't care, come on back and leave a comment on the streams. Let us know if you enjoyed the streams. And I will be streaming on my channel at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So if you want to see some arena gameplay, come on by, because I'll be doing some arena gameplay. I plan on brewing up some new decks and running some decks on arena. So if you want to see the new decks, come on by. We're also doing spoilers this afternoon too. Those Ace of Drift spoilers are out, and we got to check and see if there's any good enough cards that we might want to brew with when they come out.
Ooh.
And we'll be checking on those this afternoon. And other than that, that's all I got planned to do today.
Nice. Check out Hellbilly. Check it out. Check it out. What's up? It's Super Fast Tortoise here, and I want to thank you guys for chilling out with us. Today's Monday, Tuesdays, and Sundays are the days I do not do any nighttime streaming. But Wednesday, we're going to try to finish Transformer Devastation before I get infuriated with dying to Megatron all the time. But the boss fight's ridiculously hard. We're going to get to that. We're going to try to complete the game. So come on and join us. It's fun. It's a blast. Trust me. It's fun. Thursday nights, I have no plan what I'm doing. I have no plan yet, depending on how Tuesday goes, what I'm doing Thursday night. But Fridays and Saturdays, we definitely do Commander nights, where we play Commander on a spell table. You could be one of those people, if you're part of Discord, to have spell table accessibility. You play Magic the Gathering, you can play Magic on spell table, for sure. Usually power levels around 6 or 7, and we play at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So check it out. And if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, and everything, all that jazz. Now, I want to thank everybody who made it to the show today, even Captain Waffles and everybody who's still here, and the Faceless Hellweather. Thank you guys for joining here. Everybody in chat, you're amazing. Thank you for stopping by. For those who had to leave, but who are still here, thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. I want to remind everybody out there that you're awesome and amazing, that someone loves you, and someone's thinking about you. And if you can, try to make someone's day a little bit brighter, because you might be the change that person needs today. And with that, my friends, you rock.
I totally want to thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, 100%. Like this video as if it's your favorite kind of pizza, dude. And if you wouldn't mind, consider smashing that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. Every one of these things you do helps the channel out a lot.
The moves, the strategies, and the flair.